The glory of Africa. Growing up, I used to think the glory of Africa is in the gathering place of water at Susule, until later I learned that I will need water from Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe to kill the fear of being dehydrated at the dunes, and that if I escape dehydration at Namibia, I will meet up with the cloud that sends thunder strikes to the people of Zambia. I asked AI where I can find Lake Nakuru National Park, and he replied that it can be found in Kenya and that it has a park where 1 million flamingos are resident. So I asked the second time how far the lake is from the lake with 1,300 species of tropical fish in Malawi. It was only a second after I sent the message that my mobile data got exhausted. But since the database of my macro-African brain was intact, I wallowed deep into critical thinking, and while wallowing, I found myself wallowing from the stunning overhanging steep slopes of the Mauritius mountaintop until I laid bare at the foot of Le Brabant. Lying there at my lowest point, my poetic prognosis gave me a dirty slap and asked who my plug was. And my answer was, it is not by holy grass, but by the Holy Ghost, and sometimes it takes me high the top of Renaissance monument in Senegal, which makes the Statue of Liberty in New York look like a dwarf. The same Holy Ghost makes the quietness of my night quiet so I can be calm enough to search between the 2.5 million blocks of limestone that make up the pyramid of King Cheops of Egypt, and to further traverse the saltier than salt shaker vast area of salt pans in Botswana simply to hear the sound of my blood flow at one of the world's most photogenic table mountain in South Africa. At the break of dawn, the Holy Ghost and I boarded Boeing eagle's wings and flew across the Tondela Gap in Angola, and I was spellbound by the panoramic scenes. Upon arriving in Morocco, the air traffic control informed Angel Gabriel that he can touch down at the old city of Marrakesh. As we alighted from the plane, the Holy Ghost became anonymous. And as I walked through the valley of the snake charmers, I met with the dead sellers, but the noise erupting for the company of storytellers won my attention with a mind-blowing narration. Once upon a time, the old man started. In the hustle and bustle commercial city of Nigeria, a homeless man was given options to either go home or go hard. But the Lagosian asked himself, how hard can life become for a Lagosian that going hard becomes hard? Being the least in that company, it would be rude of me to interject while the elder was still talking. So I took a hallucinating glance at the great Tanzanian wild beasts as they make the dangerous river migration and compared it to the homeless African men securing shelter from non-African women in non-African countries by simply going hard. The old wise one stared at me with a third iron and exclaimed with deep gasp, my beloved son, the Utukufu of Africa is in preserving the ancient right of a man's speed to go hard on a woman's we. The spirit of biology is life, not death. L. Peters, author, the poet.